Hey, I'm Tommy Ellison, and this is Senior Moments. I can't tell you what I had for breakfast this morning, but I remember every detail of that time I came this close to being suspended my senior year in high school, just 3 weeks before graduation. So stick around. This is proof that some things from a misspent youth just don't fade away. Let's go. Well, hi, boys and girls. This is Tommy Ellison at Senior Moments, and as you might imagine, this recording is actually pre-recorded, and I'm not going to go into a lot of detail, but let's just say that the weather is good, and so we're doing our live nativity there at the Baptist Church at McAdory this evening, and so because of my role in that, starting at 6 o'clock and getting ready, I would not be available to do the live cast for Senior Moments. So this is why we pre-recorded this. And this is something really, a reel that I've been wanting to put together for a while, and I never really had a place to perhaps showcase it properly. And I thought I would bring that to you today just as a kind of a placeholder, I guess, for this is episode 33 of Senior Moments, what I call evidence of a misspent youth, but in this case, it was evidence of a spent adulthood because Sandra and I recently, and I guess last year, went to Hawaii, and one of the things on my bucket list for Hawaii was the Arizona Memorial, and my tour guide, that's being my wife Sandra, did an excellent job putting our itinerary together, and one of the things on the itinerary was the Arizona Memorial. So anyway, if you would like to keep watching, please do, and in case I miss saying it later, please come back next week where we'll be live again, hopefully, and we're live at 5 on channel on YouTube, my YouTube channel, as well as my Facebook page. This photograph that you see behind me, you'll see this again in the video that I'm going to run, but it is the wall inside of the memorial there at Oahu in Pearl Harbor area. And this memorial sits out in a building on the water. I'll show it to you in just a second, but these are the names of the victims who died there that day on December 7th. And you know what? Did I forget to say this is actually today, December 7th, 2025. And just thought, in keeping with, the remembrance of those folks, that it would be a fitting placeholder for this pre-recorded ceremony as well, so I can show you this video. So anyway, with all that said, the wall that you see are the names of the sailors on the Arizona that fateful morning on December the 7th, when the Japanese had a sneak attack on our naval base there in Hawaii. Just as a quick little diagram, I guess you would say, this is an aerial view of the memorial. And I've always kind of seen pictures of this, but I never really knew what the significance of this building was, because, from a lower level, that's really all you can see, short of maybe this little gun turret sitting there. So, but that building is where the actual memorial and the names on the wall and all those things exist, and you can actually see people, gathered around inside from the open roof there. But one of the things when you go to the Arizona Memorial is you actually travel out to the memorial on a little boat, or not little boat, it's actually a large boat that's run by the U.S. Navy, and the Pearl Harbor area is still a working Navy base, But as you can tell from looking at the picture, once you arrive, you actually are unloaded, and you can see the people, beginning to enter into the memorial itself. And then as you walk inside the memorial, you can look out through those little windows areas there onto the remains of the ship. And as you can see, the gun turrets were removed in the rebuilding, or not the rebuilding, but the removal of the materials that were above the water level there. And I'm told that one of the gun turrets is still on the ship. I'm assuming that's that one there. All this, of course, is underwater. The only thing that you can actually see above the water is this one gun turret. But again, this aerial view shows you really a nice view of what the hull of the ship actually looked like. And that's kind of what you see under the water, very, very clear water. And the most amazing thing about, I guess, well, there's a lot of amazing things, but one of the most amazing things that I found there was you can still see the oil that's still leaking out of the ship to the surface of the water. And it's just, well, it's a very kind of humbling experience to go out and see it. The Navy personnel there that bring you out to the boat actually ask you to maintain some sense of reverence as you walk through the memorial, and which is really fitting in a way, because what you're standing on is an actual grave of over 1,000 people that were their lives were snuffed out that fateful morning. So not to mention the others that have come. One of the other things you're going to see in the film is there's a little short wall, and there is an explanation. But when I was there, of course, the wall with all the names was very, very moving, and as you might imagine, with the stillness there, it was very reverent. But to read those names was well, let's just say it was moving. But the one that got me was that little short wall that had names on it inscribed as well. And that wall, the names on that wall were the sailors who had survived the Arizona attack, had lived their lives, and then when they passed away, their will or their testament or their wishes, I guess you would say, was for their ashes to be brought back to the Arizona and actually placed within an encasement like an urn, and those ashes placed along with their fellow shipmates that died that day. So many, many, many of the survivors' ashes are now in turn into the actual hull of the Arizona, and you'll see their names in the video that I'm about to show you. So anyway, I hope you enjoy this. This was some video that I shot and supplemented with a little bit of historical information and some other photographs about the history of the Arizona itself. And well, anyway, take a view, take a look, and I'll be back in just a moment. Well, that's it. I hope you enjoyed that. And hopefully, if you ever have an opportunity, if you haven't already been, if you ever have an opportunity to go to Hawaii and you are on the island Oahu, you really, really, really need to make every effort to see the memorial. And there's a very large, museum and other things there. There's a submarine that's parked there, similar to the one down by the battleship Alabama, if you've been down there. But it's quite an experience to go to that area, see how small that harbor was, relatively speaking, and the way I imagined it to be in my mind prior to actually getting there. So anyway, I hope all of you, and I think everyone should take the opportunity to go if they can, and experience that infamous day, as President Roosevelt called it, a day of infamy, December 7th, 1941. So anyway, thanks for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you're watching the replay as well, I hope you enjoyed that. And if you would, be sure and like the video. If kindly do me a favor and please subscribe to my channel. I'm not doing this for monetary reasons. Just well, it makes me feel good when I know that a lot of people are watching it. And if you subscribe, I'll know that. And I appreciate the attention that you've given it today. So I'm off to the church to get ready for our live nativity. And by the way, if you have interest in coming, it runs tonight, the final night, from 6 to 8 at the Baptist Church at McAdory, which is right across the street, Eastern Valley Road, from McAdory High School and McAdory Middle School. You can't miss it once you come off of exit 1 on 459. Just turn left if you're going towards Tuscaloosa. And that's Eastern Valley Road, and you hang a left and look for the high school on the right and look for the church on the left. And we'll hopefully see you there tonight if you haven't already visited. And if you have, thanks for coming. But otherwise, hopefully we can see you tonight as well. So have a good evening. Have a great evening, and be sure and get yourself ready for Christmas. But anyway, thank you for joining us tonight, and I appreciate you putting up with my absence here in light of my working with my church, the Baptist Church at McAdory, in our live nativity, and I'll be engaged with that later at 6 p.m., and you're welcome to come. If you've not been to our live nativity, I think you would enjoy it. It's actually a hayride through the wooded forest behind our church, and there's numerous scenes set up and cast members out there in costume that are depicting the life of Jesus. And I think you'll enjoy it, and refreshments are served afterwards. Lots of Little Debbie cakes, if I recall, last night. And anyway, even some live animals. If your kids haven't seen a live camel, they will tonight. And we've even got a little baby donkey in the fellowship hall where the refreshments are being served, and you can enjoy seeing that hairy little creature as well. So y'all have a great evening. Thanks for watching, and come back next Sunday live at 5 on Senior Moments, Evidence of My Misspent Youth. You take care. Well, hey, thanks for spending a few minutes with me on Senior Moments. If you enjoyed the ride, be sure and tap that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell so you don't miss the next one. I'll be back soon with more stories from a misspent youth, and maybe some of yours too.